Welcome to Flashback Friday. Today is September 4th, and today I really want to talk to you guys about planting seeds. I wrote about this earlier in the week, and it's really important when you look at how a garden is grown. So you find some good soil, you plant the seeds, you water it, you make sure the temperature is just right, does it need more sun? And you also think about how you harvest it, where you're putting it in your backyard. And if you look at that from an analogy to your sales and your sales execution process, you're doing the same thing. You're building the relationships, you're finding your ideal customer profile, you're sending them information, you're gathering them, you're building that relationship. And you need to harvest and manage that relationship just like you would the garden that you have in your backyard. Additionally, this week I also talked about bootstrapping versus getting funding. I've had several conversations with entrepreneurs that are building their businesses, and they're really trying to figure out, do I go raise money or do I bootstrap? And I highly recommend. I've been through 6 different startup companies in 3 different countries, and where I see is you bootstrap for as long as possible. You have to answer the question of, why do I want to get funding? Is it going to help me buy something, buy another company? Can I expand my growth? Is there a short window of time before hitting into the market? All these questions need to be answered before you go try to find somebody to get funding, because once you get that funding, they're going to want you to spend it. You're going to have a plan, then you'll have oversight, and you won't have as much fun as you did when you were actually bootstrapping that thing. And bootstrap it for as long as you can. And finally, this week, I actually attended the happy hour for the Sales Rebellion. These people are great. All the coaches in there are really trying to help people. We talked about, what if LinkedIn didn't exist? What would happen? What would salespeople do? And we kind of just thrashed through, and a lot of people were saying, hey, if LinkedIn didn't exist, then we just have to figure out a different way, figure out a different angle. So these are all things that are good to think about. Get yourself in that mode, get yourself in that momentum. If you're not having success getting people on, or deals are getting pushed, what are the new angles? How can you get your client back up on the conversation, and figure out how to actually drive that to closure, or drive it to the next place in the sales cycle? So a couple things to think about through that process. I've truly enjoyed this Flashback Friday. Monday we're off, so we get a big long weekend, so I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next week.